Alright guys, I'm actually going this evening, so it's just dark out. You can tell because I had the headlamp on. I just got done, a few hours ago, but I pulled up my garden hose because today is supposed to be the warmest day. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit cooler than today. Still going to be a good day to wash. But other than that, then it's going to start dipping down after that. So, when I brought it in, I was going to just leave it out. Because I got to rewash, well, not the whole thing, but I got to rewash parts of the Tahoe again. I cleaned the Tahoe because, all that fucking mud. I know you guys are going to be like, well, what's the point? It's just still muddy out, and it is. It's still horrible out. We haven't had any rain for, quite a long time, and it hasn't snowed for quite a long time. The problem is, obviously, it's not warm enough to dry up any type of moisture. So it's whatever moisture is here now, that's what's going to freeze in probably another week. Because after tomorrow, like I said, technically it's already started, but every day it's supposed to get a little bit cooler. And then I think by the end of next week, possibly, it's going to be back down into the 20s again. Below freezing. So, which is fine in a way because, this fucking damn slop, it's horrible. The driveway at the farm completely freaking tore up. It's not the first time it's been tore up, but, it takes a long time to fix that. So, I guess if we had a box blade or something, we could fix it a lot quicker. But yeah, so yeah, it's it's a mud hole. It's you can't really be on any of these back gravel roads either because they're all sopping wet. So what are you gonna do? So what's just, I guess, a small update to what's been going on. Well, they let my grandma out of the hospital. They actually let her out a lot sooner than I was thinking. I figured she'd at least be in there for until Sunday or whatever. But no, she was only there, I guess, two or 3 hours. It wasn't horrible, I guess. But apparently when they loaded her up into the ambulance, well, then I guess that's when she kind of snapped out of her funk, and then she, started feeling a lot better. She started coming back to reality again, because at the time she wasn't, I think she was in a totally different place at the time, so, but she's doing better. They figured out what was wrong with her, and they gave her pills for that, and they told her that she's got to start drinking more water. She's not drinking enough water, which, good luck telling her that, because telling her anything is like pulling fucking teeth, but what are you going to do? So, they told her to drink way more water, and that should help with part of her problems. So, the other problems, well, she's got to take medication for that. So, but that'll probably take a good week or two to do its job, and then that'll be done and over with. So, but yeah, she was only there for, like I said, 2 or 3 hours, and that was it. So, but yeah, I don't know. Everything, like I said, it turned out all right. So, doctor just says she's got to drink more water and take her pills, and that should make her come around again. So, but given how she was this morning, I think she's she's definitely a little bit better, because she actually sounded a little angry on the phone. So, because her doctor called and said, hey, we got another set of pills for you to take. And, well, we had to go get them, you know, i.e. me and mother. So, yeah, so give an update on the Pontiac. Well, the Pontiac didn't really survive. It's she's pretty much fucked for the meantime. It is what it is. The car's like 20 something fucking years old. So what are you gonna do? But I forget what he exactly said, but I think there's like a bleeder valve or something he has to get out, and he says that thing is just it's so badly rusted in there that no matter what he did, he says it never come out. So he said that he doesn't even have, you know, I guess like technically the proper tools to be doing it, you know, which you think that would be not right. I mean, you think that for a gas station or repair shop that they would have almost everything, but you know, they're a little bit of a smaller repair shop than the one that this guy recommended to go to. They're a little bit of a bigger shop, so they probably would have more tools and stuff to do it. So, but yeah, so we last couple times, well, we've literally gone like 2 days in a row now, but we just used the pickup. But we don't know how much longer the pickup's going to last either, and whatever life is, you know, left in it, we kind of need it to haul bales. So we kind of upped the Tahoe till today, because I was still short, you know, a few $100, because to do what I had to do, it cost a few $100, and I didn't have it. So my uncle pitched in, and we managed to get that done. So, but whatever. But the freaking, I mean, like I said, the Tahoe has been legal for quite a while, but there were some other minor things I wanted to get done to it before I felt more remotely comfortable driving it. But there's still a few other things that need to get done to it, like the airbags. But I don't know when we're going to get to that, because now it's literally, that's the only vehicle that we have now that's, you know, capable of freaking driving anywhere. So until I don't know, we just didn't know if it was really worth, my grandma didn't even know if it was worth even fussing with the Pontiac anymore. It still has brakes, but the brakes are not that great. And obviously you don't really want to be going down the interstate at 75 miles an hour and those brakes decide just to give out completely, and then you have no brakes. So, you know, so in a way it was kind of a good thing that we did buy the Tahoe when we did, because we knew at some point that the Pontiac was going to fail, and it just, you know, but I mean, that's the only problem with the car. It's just that, you know, the brakes need to be worked on, and apparently they can't get whatever that part is. I thought he said the bleeder valve, but there's, I don't know if he was talking something about the whole master cylinder too or what, but he says that everything on that car is just extremely, extremely rusted. Well, of course it's extremely rusted. The goddamn thing's 20-something years old. It's been on salt. Imagine that part has never been touched. You know, so yeah, things are going to be a little not happy. So, but what are you going to do, right? So, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to start using the Tahoe a lot more than I was kind of wanting to, because obviously because of the airbags. But what are you going to do? I guess we'll just have to deal with it, I guess, until I guess I figure out where I can find a GM dealer, because it has to be done by a certified GM dealer, and I don't know if my local Ford dealer would do it, you know, like if they're an actual GM dealer, because they technically sell Ford, but I've been noticing that they've been selling other makes and models as well. Mostly, I think you see Jeep, Dodge Ram, or Ram as it's called today, and then a few other ones, but I've never seen Chevy there, but not saying that they could work on it, but either that, then I'm going to have to go on the North Dakota side then and do it there because I know that there's got to be a GM dealer close around here somewhere. So, and then obviously if that can be done by a GM dealer, well then it's free of charge to get the airbags replaced because of the recall letter. So, well, I don't know. It just kind of is what it is. It's nothing you can really do about it, I mean, it's kind of just is what it is. So, but I don't know. We might try maybe the summer of 2024. We might deal with it then. Pretty much just to get us through the winter, because the winters are the worst thing really in the world to even be driving in. So, not that I really wanted to take the Tahoe out now either, because you know what the salt and shit's going to do to it too, but it's already been in salt and grime, so I don't know, but I don't plan on keeping this Tahoe forever, ever anyway. I'll run it for a few years or whatever, and then I'm going to upgrade to something a little bit newer. So, because you got to keep, you just got to keep up with it, so, but, I don't know, it is what it is, so, other than that, I don't really know else to talk about too much, but there's not much else to talk about, and that's the only thing that's been going on, so, but, yeah, I don't know, it's just, shit happens. I tell you, I'll be glad when 2023 is over with. This has been a really fucked up year. It's really been stressful. They always say, oh, you're going to have your bad days. Well, there's actually a bad year as well. Where it's a whole year's worth of just bullshit, Yeah, I've had bad days, but this is not a bad day. This is a bad year, because I've just had one fuck up right after another, and you just cannot keep up with the shit, It's stressful, so I don't know. So, and then it's going to have to happen at some point. Either I will attempt to fix it, which I don't really know if I feel comfortable doing it, but depending on the price of everything, but I think I've said this before, but on the mower deck for the John Deere, I got a drive spindle that's cracked. Now, it's been cracked for years. I think when I nailed that T-post, that's probably what did it. But the chunk that was taken out of it wasn't really a big deal. Like, it wasn't leaking any oil or, you didn't see any bearings or bushings or anything like that. It was all still sealed up. But when I took the deck back off, to put the blower stuff on, I noticed that it looked like there was a new crack starting to form. So I'm like, well, it's either a crack or it could be some dirt maybe build up a funny way. But because like I said, I have not exactly looked it over. I haven't sat there and scrubbed it with a toothbrush and done dish soap and whatever, I haven't done that. I don't think I'm going to bother because I know it's got a chunk taken out of it anyway, so I might as well have it replaced and just be done with it. So, but depending on what that part costs and then what John Deere thinks they would want for labor, I may just have John Deere do it, because I don't really want to piss around with it, and and I fuck it up more. I just want it to work. At least if I take it to a John Deere dealer, they're certified people, they know what the fuck they're doing. So, yeah, But I looked it up on the John Deere's website. Normally, you can only... They recommend just to replace all three. Because that's what I have on mine is three. Because I got three blades. So, they recommend just to replace all three if you're going to replace one of them. But I think I'm just going to replace the one. You can order just one. But the way the website's set as default, it's three. But I'm not doing all three. Unless they're really super cheap. I mean, like, if they're like $25 a spindle, then maybe it'd be worth it just to put all new ones in and be done with it. But if they're like $80-90, you know, a spindle, then it's just going to be the one. But I won't know until I call John Deere and John Deere does something about it. But I'm going to have to talk to them, get part pricing and labor pricing, see what they would want for them to do the work. And if I think it's reasonable, well then I'll let them deal with it. But I'm going to have to start saving the money for that. Because that's the one thing I will not let crumble is my mower deck. It can't happen because I only got one of those. So, yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. Anytime that John Deere starts showing signs of wear and tear, it's going to have to be immediately fixed. So I'm kind of hoping, maybe next year, like, 2025, I kind of would like to get my hands on a trailer that I can pull behind the Tahoe. Just in case, like I said, the tractor itself decides to throw a hissy fit, well, then I can just load it up on that, take it to John Deere, and they can fuss with it. But, another thing too is, of course, Big Red's got to get sent in at some point too and get repaired. But I don't know when Big Red's gonna get fixed. It's just I don't know. I think I'm better at just throwing a fucking tarp over this thing and just throwing it out at the farm in the corner. Just throwing a tarp over it, obviously, to keep the weather off of it. Other than that, just do that and then walk away from it, because I don't know. Honestly, by the time I probably get this thing fixed, I'll probably have a new one anyway. If things continue to fall apart like they are now, yeah. So, but I don't know. It is what it is, unfortunately. So that's just the way it's going to be. And then at some point too, on the Tahoe, I want to get the brush guard installed, but I would have to go way up to the cities, because there's a dealer up there that will put them on and that sell them, but that's an hour and a half away from here, and we don't really have a Pontiac. The Pontiac would make it up there all right, but there's no brakes, obviously, really, so the brakes would have to get repaired, and then it would be a perfectly good car again. So they may or may not attempt that the summer of 2024 or something like that, right? So, I don't know. It'll be up to her, but right now, just the way the things were playing out, it was better to just invest the money towards the Tahoe, get those smaller things done, and just kind of walk away from the Pontiac. So, my uncle said it still has brakes, but the brakes are very... You have to pump them a few times to get them to even do anything. So, but I don't know. It is what it is. So, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, So, and we don't want to keep driving the pickup either, because we don't want to keep putting all that wear and tear on the pickup. Because whatever life is left in that pickup, we need it for hauling hay. And in my mower deck, if we decide to take the mower deck down the John Deere, the pickup's going to have to haul that. If I had a trailer for the Tahoe, then I could just load it on the trailer and take it there, but take it that way. But I don't have a trailer. There is a trailer company where my bank is at in that town. I've never heard of them trailers before. I'm more of a fan of PJ trailers. There's a couple other brands I like too, but PJ's number one. But there's no PJ dealers around here. Again, you'd have to go over an hour away to get one. But they have trailers that are right about, what I'm looking for. I want to be able to haul 2 machines at one time, so like Big Red and the John Deere. If I had to haul both at the same time for some stupid reason, well, then I could do it. It's got to be wide enough to get my mower deck on there when it's still attached to the tractor. It's got to have a full mesh or whatever tailgate. It can't just be like 2 separate ramps, because those ramps can slide and whatever. So I don't want that. So I think I can hear turkeys chirping or something. I think they would be in bed now. But yeah, so like I have my ideal trailer picked out, and I know PJ offers that. So, but right now I can't really afford a trailer. So I probably wouldn't need a brand new one, but I don't know. It's hard to really just to go get a used one. So kind of are just better off getting something new. But we'll worry about that some other year. Right now, let's just get through this year and possibly next year. So, but yeah, I want to get at some point get the brush guard put on it, and then I got to finish the CB install too. So, I still gotta. Really, that's all that's left to do now is get the CB radio and then get the antenna. But the radio I already have picked out. That's like their most expensive radio you can get. And then the CB antenna, I'm having a hard time deciding on that. So, what do you do? But, just is what it is. So, but yeah, it kind of sucks that the Pontiac, decided to take a shit, especially now. But, I mean, it's not surprising either for the year that we've been having. It's just a year of constant breakdowns. If next year's going to be like that, I don't even think I'm going to touch anything. I'm not going to touch the 1586 because I know if I drive that, something's going to break. I don't know. And getting a new tire for the 15, not going to happen. It probably won't happen until fall time. Because the way things are playing out, it's just, the tires are really expensive, and I just have, too many other bills. The plumber guy, like I said, he billed me finally. I mean, that's not bad. That wasn't bad. But that's still going to take a few months to pay off. And got to pay my uncle back now, which is, he's more reasonable. He's more, he understands you a little bit better. So he works with you. And then I have, the gas station bill, which, that's completely just way down the radar right now. I don't even care about that. So the way it is right now is, finish the Tahoe. Probably should try to find somebody that can replace the airbags. But the problem is now is that if the Ford dealer here can't do it because they're not a certified GM dealer, if they can't do it, then I'm going to have to go further away, which would be on the North Dakota side, which, whatever, but it's not going to really work out either. Because they may want to keep the Tahoe for a few days. And, well, I'm not going to stay up in the cities for a few days. That's just ridiculous. So I would have to come back home. I mean, depending on how long they want to keep it. I don't really want to get a motel for 3 days, or whatever the fuck it takes, right? Because that's just a waste of money. But I don't know, it might be better in the long run too. I don't know. I'm not at that point in my life yet, so I can't tell you. As of right now, it's telling me that it's a bad idea. It's a waste of money. So, but I can't have my sister do it because, she lives too far away now. So it would take her literally a day to even get here. And then, it's just a lot of fucking around. And she's got 2 kids on top of all that. So that's even more dicking around. That would just make everything, miserable. So she's pretty much, not going to be helpful there. So it's pretty much just going to be between me and my uncle, really. If he'd be willing to, I guess, sacrifice driving the Pontiac, all the way down to the cities, well, then that would be all right. But you know, you don't know how long those brakes are going to last, and he's never driven in the cities. Of course, neither have I, but you got to fucking learn. So, what do? You know? So, right now it's just kind of a mess. It's a mess, and I can't figure out how to clean it up, you know? So, I'm trying to clean it up, but I got to work with what I have, and I got to make smart decisions, and obviously Tahoe was priority number one. Okay, that's pretty much done with now, but like I said, the only main reason why I wasn't really driving it is because of the airbags. I didn't feel that comfortable with it. I really don't have a choice now, because the Pontiac is injured enough now that even that could come with great risk. So, I mean, whatever. So what are you going to do? So, but like I said, they might try to fix it maybe this summer or something. I don't know. It's just kind of not. It's just really bad timing is what it is. So, this winter is far from over with, even though pretty much 99.9999% of our snow is gone now. But, you know, it's still early in the year. You know, I mean, we're doing pretty good for November, but there's still more to come yet. So we're not out of the woods yet. But what are you gonna do? So just is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? You just gotta, you know, and that's kind of a problem too. Is with the Pontiac. He said to take it to the other dealer or the other repair shop that maybe they could do it. But the problem is if they can't do it, you know, they're going to still bill my grandma. And they're going to want the full payment. And for them just fucking around for a day or two, that could already cost $1,000. You know, that was actually going to be kind of a waste of money when it could just be turned around and invested. Take some of that towards the Tahoe, get the Tahoe done, and then take the rest of the money and then invest that money, you know, into something else. So they got the furnace guy. They had to have the furnace worked on, and you know, so they're working on that. I think my uncle's actually helping her a little bit, and we're gonna have a bill with this guy, but he'll let you make monthly payments, you know, but that's still gonna probably be, you know, $500 probably. I'm sure of it, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? You know, so I don't know. Just having a hard time deciding on what to do. You know, it's what are you gonna do? So I feel like the only way I'm going to be able to get rid of any baggage, really, because obviously I got way too many projects going on, and I just can't keep up with any of it. Something's going to have to give, right? So if it came right down to it, I guess Big Red, he's out of here. You know, if somebody's willing to pay me $2,000 for it, well then, you know what? That's $2,000 I could put into the tractor tire for the 15, because I need the 15 way more than anything else. So, but I don't really want to sell them either. But just sitting here in the corner of the shop is not it's not good for it, and it's not good for me, because I could actually be using this for. I could have been using this for all summer long. You know, it's like there actually have been things that this would be nice to use it on. So, but yeah. So I don't know. And then I did order the carburetor rebuild kit and plus a new float for the little Farmall tractor, because I need that running as well, because I actually could use that tractor. So, because if I can use that tractor, then I really don't need Big Red, because Big Red, you know, I can just swap that work. Because they're both literally like the same size. Horsepower-wise, yeah, there's a huge difference, but you got to remember too, things have changed. So, smaller engine can produce more than what that big engine on that little tractor can do. So, you know, it's just how they've designed engines and stuff like that. You know, small engines can now produce a lot of power. So, but you know, like for working up the trail or smoothing out the trail, with the trail smoother, well, big rig can pull that obviously no problem, but so can the little tractor. And then with the little tractor, well, then I can put the cutter on, I can cut some grass, cut some weeds, whatever, right? There's actually more use there than there would be in this. But this is nice because it's just fun to drive and it's more comfortable, and you can fit in between areas and you can run stuff over and not worry about it. So, but I don't know. I still probably will end up buying a new one anyway. When the time comes. But I don't know. Should probably also get a new tractor too, a new lawn tractor. But I'll have to get a 1025R. So get that with a loader and the biggest mower deck you can get, and then get all the snowblower stuff for it too, so I can put my snowblower on it, and then there you go. So I don't know, it is time to upgrade. I mean, the John Deere's got like, I don't know, that's close to $800 by now. I think it's about halfway there. So I mean, there's tractors out there that got way more hours than that, but when you start ranking up hours, then that's when they start having issues, and that's issues that I just can't keep up with. Because look at Big Red, Big Red's got almost 9,000 miles, and it's had a lot of breakdowns. It's you try to fix one, and then you got there's already 3 problems here. Usually it's 3 strikes and you're out. Well, why isn't he out the fucking door yet? So. But I kind of just, don't think anybody's going to want it, and they're going to have to sink a lot of money into it. And for the amount of money that you're going to sink into it, you might as well just go put that as like a down payment towards a new one, So, plus I know what's wrong with it, and then, you can tell the owners too, but the new owners. But, there might be some other problems that even I don't know about. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you do, right? So, at the end of the day, it's time to upgrade, get newer stuff. But that all costs money too, and the way things are nowadays, it's really expensive. So, I don't know. We'll just see, I guess. But I don't know. We'll worry about the Pontiac on a later date. It's just I guess if you saw it from my point of view, you would see it as well, that investing that money towards the Pontiac wasn't really going to be a smart idea. So, maybe later on, maybe next summer or something, they can do what they want with it. So, they can fuck around with it then. So, but we knew it was coming. I mean, the car's old. We knew it was going to happen at some point. We just didn't know when. So. But should have figured how this year was going. That was going to be the next problem. So, man, we have got to get through this year. I just want this year to end. I really do. I really should just have the doctors knock me out, maybe put me into like a coma or something, and I just sleep onto the new year. It's just like I can't do this anymore. Put me in a coma until the new year, and then take me out, I just I need a break. So, but I don't know. So, but yeah, what are you gonna do? So, but anyways, guys, I guess I'll probably take off. I don't really have nothing else to really talk about. That's really all there is to talk about. So Pontiac's down and out for at least for now, at least for the rest of winter. And then, yeah. So, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I guess I'm gonna take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.